Cool. And then I'll also introduce myself, although most of you already know me. So let's trust this is gonna work, and we're live. Okay. So welcome. Oh, and I see Ricardo is also just joining us. Perfect timing. Hello, Ricardo. We were just getting started. So this is my weekly free Laugherzoom. My name is Rosaria, for who doesn't know me. I'm Italian, but living in the Netherlands, and I like to call myself a little ball of energy, enthusiasm, and passion. I spent the past 20 years in the field of customer experience, and I always had a passion for happiness. And in the last few years, I've been studying a lot about happiness, became a certified happiness trainer, then learned more about laughter yoga. And in the last month, I actually became also a certified yoga teacher. So that's a big, it's one of those things where I thought I would never, ever do, but I've done it and I loved it actually. So I've been in Nepal, and in today's session, I'll be sharing also with you some of the new learnings from there. And so after studying happiness at the Happiness Studies Academy, I also became a facilitator of the happiness game. And we have Magda here that is also a facilitator, and Ricardo as well, also a facilitator of the happiness game. So all of those tools are really my way of bringing more knowledge and practices of happiness into the business world, because ultimately the business work and corporate world is really my playground, where I love to contribute to bring more happiness into the world. And a few years ago, I also wrote a book that you see behind me, Yellow Factor, about happiness in business. And we look at 9 factors to contribute to happiness. Back then, I only knew that laughter was a great way, and smile, but I didn't know that it was also possible to laugh unconditionally. And it's only later that I discovered this beauty of laughter yoga. And this with Laugherzoom, it's really my way of bringing more laughter yoga in the world, free, accessible to everybody, so everybody can experience it. And I connect it with learning, which is also my passion. So what we're gonna do, I'll share in the first few minutes some nuggets of what is laughter and why laughter, unconditional laughter, it's very powerful for us. Then we start laughing, and then we'll talk also about the topic of the series, which is Inspire Wellbeing. So that really comes from the Happiness Studies Academy. And today's topic will be focused on the first element, which is spiritual well-being. So again, I'll share just very little knowledge about it and a lot of laughter inspired from it. But before we get started, the one thing I now learned to do is to ask you all, how are you feeling right now? So, and a poll should have popped up now in Zoom. If you think about how do you feel right now on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. If you look at your enthusiasm, mood, energy, how do you feel right now? So that we can check always how do you feel afterwards. And with this group is always a big challenge, because people always feel great already. I'm like, okay, like, so it's always, I see already the answers are ranging from a 6 to a 9. So always raising the bar for me to try and move it even higher. I think I missed one more vote. Has everybody voted? Mariah, go tell us how you're feeling right now. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, I can wait while you keep doing so. And in the meantime, about laughter yoga. So actually, raise of hands. How many of you already know laughter yoga? Nikki, you know? Okay, Magda, cool. Have you also already done it? Oh, very good, very good. So for the one of you who don't know yet laughter yoga, it's basically, it's a very remarkable concept coming from India. So where in the 1995, Dr. Kataria, an actual physician, a doctor, had this intuition. He knew that laughter was the best medicine. He was reading a lot of medical papers and he was doing some research. And then he thought, if laughter is so great, why do we need to wait to laugh when we look at the comedy, or when we just happen to hear a good joke? Why don't we just laugh intentionally? So he started up a group of 5 people in a park, and they all started laughing together, telling each other jokes. But within 10 days, they ran out of jokes. And then he had again this other incredible intuition, which was, why don't we just laugh intentionally as a physical exercise? And that's what laughter yoga became. So like we'll experience it now in the next 20 minutes. We just intentionally choose a series of action that will make us laugh, because ultimately laughter, it's an exhalation. So we inhale and then by exhaling, we can laugh. And by doing that, it has a big amount of benefits because we really activate our diaphragm. By activating our diaphragm, we push our lungs up, which means that we expel more carbon dioxide and we create more space for oxygen. By increasing the oxygenation, we actually have better performances, concentration, and attention. Our overall health improves. It also reduces the stress and it strengthens the immune system, because laughter and stress are biological opposite. You cannot be stressed and laugh at the same time, because the stress and laughter live in two separate parts of our nervous system. It elevates the mood because we release a series of happy chemicals, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphin, which have been the topics we covered in the previous series. And it's also a social connector, because when we laugh together, we bond together. And when we laugh together, the laughter very quickly from just fake pretended laughter becomes real laughter, because we activate our mirror neurons. So that's in a nutshell what I'm going to share today about laughter. And then again, in this series, we are going to talk about those 5 elements of the Spire Wellbeing, which is from Tal Ben-Shahar and the Happiness Studies Academy. And for the spiritual well-being, the 2 key principles are about the fact that a purposeful life is a spiritual life. So we're going to connect purpose, meaning, and spirituality. And the fact that the other principle that he mentions is that the ordinary is always elevated to extraordinary when we live it through mindful presence. But before getting into that, let's get started. And the way that we always start is by doing some warming up exercises. So you can unmute yourself now, and we can start with some simple clapping of our hands. And the reason why we also clap is because when we clap, we activate all of our pressure points and we wake up the inner child in us. So ready, come and join me clapping. And if you want, unmute yourself. And then we are going to add a rhythm to it, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. And slower. And then the next warm up is that we had the words ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. But you have to say ho, ho, ha, ha, ha in a very aspirated way, that if you put your hands on your diaphragm, you actually feel the diaphragm moving. Okay? So we go ho, 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 ha, ha, ha. Ho, 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 ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, yeah, well done.
I'm lost.
Yeah, and with Zoom, like I'm a person of no real rhythm. So with Zoom, I always have the excuse. It's the rhythm doesn't work because there is no synchro.
There's a delay. Yeah.
Anyway. And the other breathing also warm up that we do is the dog breathing. Do you guys know how the dog breathes? And we have a dog here, so let's see how the dog is going to.
Depends on the dog, yeah.
So after when the dog is going to run, then he's just going to go breathing. And then he goes, and again, like your diaphragm is really going to move a lot. So ready, steady, go, breathe in. See, Jackie, your dog is staying extremely quiet. My kids know that I cannot do this around dogs because otherwise the dogs are going to start jumping on me.
Or the dog gets traumatized. Maybe.
Friend's house and they had a dog and it was a huge dog and it just jumped over me and I was like collateral damage. Okay, and now you're ready to go into some laughter. And because I've just been in Nepal, the first laughter, which was also the first laughter that Dr. Kataria came up with, is the Namaste laughter. So we are just going to look at each other, recognize each other, and going looking at each other. You can unmute yourself, Mariah, so that we can also hear your laughter. Ready, steady, go.
Namaste.
And what we always do also between exercises, we also have a kind of, how do you call it, intermezzo, which is very well, yeah. Maybe do it with me. Very well,
Yeah.
very well,
Yeah.
very well, very well.
Very well.
Yeah.
And this is also a bit linked to neurolinguistic programming, because by just saying very well, you are like getting a feeling of everything is well. By putting up your arms, you are having a power position, which automatically cheers you up. And because you're clapping again, you are waking up again the playfulness and the inner child, plus activating your acupressure point. So whenever you feel a bit down, you can just go very well, yeah. And finally, you can even do a little jump. And then the next laughter that we do, it's we breathe in, we hold, and when we breathe out, we just laugh. Okay? Ready, steady. And while you hold, you can also think of collecting all of your negative thoughts or anything that is worrying you, so that you completely release it when you're laughing. Ready, steady, go. Breathe in. Hold.
You're too funny, Rosaria. It doesn't work. I can't hold it.
You can release whenever you cannot.
I'm trying.
Once more, we do it 3 times. So once more, breathe in. You can do ugly faces. Last one, breathe in.
Lovely.
Very well, very well. So we said that the topic of today, let's get into the topic. The first, I call it a principle from this spiritual well-being, is that the purpose for life, it's a spiritual life. What does it mean? It means that basically having a purpose is what gives us meaning in our life. Meaning is about being connected to the activity, and commitment is about wanting to do the activity. And what Tal Ben-Shahar and all the researchers say is that it's not so much about obtaining and reaching a certain goal that makes the life happy, but it's actually just the pursuit of the goal, as long as it's a self-concordant goal. So a goal that we feel connected to. And one of the quotes from Tal Ben-Shahar that for me most expresses this is that he says that happiness is not about making it to the peak of the mountain, nor it is about climbing endlessly around the mountain, but happiness is really the experience of climbing towards the peak. So it's really in the journey. And you see behind me a little mountain from Nepal already. So the next laughter that we are going to do, we are going to climb, we are going to imagine climbing on the mountain, going like, oh, and also sometimes looking around, enjoying the view and all the people that we meet. And then finally, when we are on the peak, we just excited because we reached our peak and we have a beautiful view and we laugh. Ready, steady, go. We can do it one more big mountain now that you know also how to do it. Ready, steady, go. And the next element linked to this is that whatever we do, also in our little things, we can always reframe our perception of what we do. What does that mean? That even in our daily job, in anything that we do, we can just have a different perception of what we do. And I think I give you maybe also an example is, I just realized while I was posting about today's session, how much those Laugherzoom are actually very, very much attached to my own life purpose, because I love learning and I love sharing knowledge and I love laughing. And as I was posting about this earlier today, I realized, oh, actually, they are so much my life purpose, because I learn, I share what I learn, and I laugh. So it gave me a new sense of purpose in what I'm doing. While the example most commonly is given also into the studies of Tal Ben-Shahar is the one of the janitors. So the people that clean the toilet, and there have been researches looking at people who clean the toilet in the hospital, where they have looked at who considered it just as a job versus who considered it as a calling. And the people who have changed their perception, their perspective, and see the job as a calling, they see it in the wider perspective of helping patients be more healthy, helping the hospital keep clean, therefore ultimately contributing to saving life. So those people are much happier in their life and they do their job better. So the next laughter that we are going to do is we are going to be a janitor cleaner. So we are going to imagine cleaning up the toilet, but doing it with a big smile, because we are happy that we are contributing to the health of all the patients coming to the hospital. So we're going to go, you can do what you want, like you can brush, you can undust, do what you feel like, and then we just laugh, okay? Steady, steady, go.
I like that parallel. Yeah, that's a good one.
Maria is still busy.
It's not clean yet. That's a very dirty toilet, I think. Yeah.
That's a very dedicated janitor.
Yeah, as well. Yeah.
And the next one around this is also what Tal Ben-Shahar shares a lot, is studies from Viktor Frankl, where he says that really the only thing, the ultimate freedom that nobody can take away from us is to choose our attitude, how we choose to see the things around us. That's the ultimate freedom that we will always have. And Viktor Frankl was in the concentration camps, and he managed to see even his experience there with purpose and with the positive attitude, if we can call it in that way. So the laughter that we do here, it's the freedom laughter. So the freedom laughter is we imagine that we have chains, and in this case, those chains are our perception, the perception that do not serve us. So we go trying to break our chain, and then finally we break the chain, our third day, and we laugh. Ready, steady, go.
Hey.
Well done, well done, well done. And then the other one is about our inner critic laughter, because what always comes in the way of us doing the best we can, and also using our strengths, because another big element of spiritual well-being is to not only pursue our self-concordant goals, but to do so using our biggest strengths. So one thing that very often comes in the way, it's our inner critic. So the way that we do the inner critic laughter, we imagine our hands are like magnets. So we take away from our head all of our inner critic voices. We look at them, we acknowledge what they say, we listen, we acknowledge, and then we push them away, thanking them, and go, and we laugh. Okay? Ready, steady, go.
Hey. Gone.
Very good.
Daria, it's very much like cleaning the emotions, isn't it? It's amazing. Exactly.
Good.
So Mariah works also in Reiki and cleaning up emotion. As I was doing this now with you in front of me, I was also thinking, oh yeah, that's like, it's gonna be like that. It clicks with that one. Yes, indeed. And the next one then, now that we have freed up our mind from the inner critic, we have created space for our strengths. So think for a moment about what are your key strengths. And there is a beautiful BIA value in action characters assessment if you don't know your strengths. But for now, just think about which strengths resonates the most with you. And then what we do, we pull them towards us, and then we release them, like we operate at the maximum of our strength, and we radiate them and we laugh. Ready, steady, go. I'm gonna take you to the next level of laughter, because the final elements of the spiritual well-being, according to Al-Ben Shahar, is mindfulness. It's meditation. It's about living every moment of our life with mindful presence. And we have formal mindfulness, informal mindfulness, we have passive meditation, active meditation, we have all sorts of things. And in laughter as well, we also do the laughter meditation. And the laughter meditation means, instead of having all of those games and jokes that I've been telling you until now, we just laugh. So we simply decide to laugh. And what we even do that is very powerful, we alternate 1 minute of laughter with 1 minute of silence. So, and then, because basically the silence is gonna even activate even more the laughter. So I'm gonna bring you into that with one more laughter provocation though. And one thing that I learned also in Nepal is to use the singing bowls, which also are a great way for meditation. So I didn't know. The singing bowls, you can first rub them with this tool and they vibrate. I don't know if you can hear it via Zoom. It makes a really beautiful vibration. And then you can strike them, which makes a very different sound. So what we are gonna do before going just into laughter meditation, we are gonna pretend to have a singing bowls in our head. We are first gonna strike it together. Then we are gonna, we're first gonna rub it, and then we are gonna strike it and laugh. Ready, steady, go. Keep laughing for 1 minute. I'll put the timer.
Oh.
And then I'm going to strike it again when it's silent. And we go like that for the next few minutes. We just got to laugh.
Okay.
Okay.
and laugh.
Oh, goodness. Very well, you all. That was 1 minute also of silence. And what we're going to do, so we come to the closure of it, the one thing that we always do at the end is, because laughter rises up a lot of energy, we always recenter. So we have already done it a bit with the silence, but the one more thing that we do to recenter is also something called humming. So we just breathe in, and we do it for 3 times on our own timing. So we breathe in, and when we breathe out, we just hum, which is like out in your voice. Okay, so ready, steady, go. You can repeat it 3 times in your own timing. Well done, you all. And what I learned actually in Nepal is that I didn't know yet, is that the and the humming are the highest vibrational energy. So the humming is incredibly beneficial for us, not only because it's calming, but also because the vibration itself really activates a lot of great energy with our body, which is just water. And the very final laughter that we do, it's the gratitude and hugging ourselves laughter. I'll first show you, and then we do it together. It's basically we do and pat on the shoulders for each other for having been here. Another one for all our teachers, past, present, and future. Today apparently is also, I just learned, Guru's Day, so all the teachers. And the final, it's an gratitude for ourselves, for having taken the time to be here and got out of our comfort zone. And then we hug and laugh. Ready, steady, go. Well done, you all. Well done, you all. Well done, you. few minutes after out. I don't know if you have to run away. Otherwise, I'll launch a new poll if it works. Where did my poll go? To see how you're feeling after, but I don't think I can launch it. It's not working, so I will not launch it. Oh yeah, I see it now. I found it. Back. How do you feel now? So we had before. Oh, I see now. Yeah, I cannot share it yet. Oh, you're okay. I missed 1 or 2 more votes. Yeah, and 1 more, 4 or 5. So we had, let's share, let me see if I can share the result and poll. So we had, for the first poll, we had 6, 7, 8, 9. It doesn't give an average. And now we all moved to 9, 7, and I see an extra 7 into the chat. So well done, thank you. And if you have any feedback, feel free to share it here in the poll or in the chat as well. This is my weekly free Laugherzoom, so you're always welcome to join it. Also, for anyone looking at the recording on YouTube, you can just join it by finding the dates on wownow.eu/Laugherzoom, or you can sign up for my newsletter at wownow.eu/happynews. And this is my free way to just share a bit of knowledge and laughter. And then I also have more structured way with my programs and courses that you can find out all about on WowNow. I hope to see you all next week. I'm going to close the YouTube recording, and then whoever wants to stay on for any questions, you're welcome to stay on. So